Great, thank you. Hello, friends. We are so happy to have you with us today. We feel like it's going to be a magical class, and I'd love to introduce you to my friend Meredith. She is going to teach the class, and again, if you have any questions, please use the question and answer box. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. And we are going to be taking a look at the Magic Bean Garden Kit by Creativity for Kids. So let's open it up and see what's inside. Shake, 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 shake. And magically, it's all set out already. Yay! So what we have included in our kit, we have our potting mix. So this is not soil, it's a special kind of potting mix. We have our little container. It's like a little cup, and you can see there's holes in the bottom which let water out. We have a little dish that actually fits underneath. So this will catch the water. Put those back here. We have our beautiful neon paints, and these are acrylic paints. We have pretty blue and pretty purple little stones for decorating the top of our garden. We have our paintbrush, and of course we have our magic beans. Now these magic beans, you can see they say different things on each bean. One says lucky, one says wish, and one says happy. Now if you flip them over, happy has a little happy face, wish has a shooting star, and lucky has a little clover.
Very cool. And friends, if you don't have the Magic Bean Garden Kit, you can still follow along. And if you have your own potting soil and seeds, you can follow along with Meredith. Or you can also watch it tomorrow when you do have the kit. So again, you can get it at Michael's, but we'd be really, really excited if you can just watch with us and help Meredith design it.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for reminding me to remind our watchers, if they don't have this kit, what they can do. And also the seed that we recommend, if you are going to be doing this kit without these components, would be some type of a bean seed. So you can get a similar effect once your seed grows. For everybody out there following along, you will need to get some water for watering your seed and for cleaning your brush. And you will need to get some paper towels for drying your brush off and for any spills. So let's get started. All right, here's our instructions. Magic Bean Garden, decorate your pot, plant your beans, and get ready for a little gardening magic. In a few days, your beans will sprout to reveal your secret messages. So let's cover our work surface. We'll put a paper towel down here. And let's go to step one. Step one is to paint and decorate. So paint your flower pot however you'd like. Refer to the package for design ideas. So let's look at our package here. We have a beautiful rainbow and a cloud on it. So we can do that. Let's see what's on the side here. Or on the back. Ooh, and on the back we have stripes. Let's see, Michelle, does anyone have a recommendation of how we should paint our pot? Let's see if anybody has a thought as to what they'd like to see painted on our pot.
Put your ideas in the Q&A button that's down below, and then we can take a look.
Yeah, let's see. And while you, while our watchers give us some ideas, I'm going to open up our paints.
Ooh, we do have one, a rainbow flower from Alexa,
Ooh,
a giant beanstalk or rainbow,
ooh,
flowers, colorful hearts. Ooh, that would
oh.
look pretty with the pink. A cute puppy. Ooh. I don't know if we'll have time for that. Let's see, hearts or stars, the sky.
Oh,
Oh, my favorite, a unicorn. Thank you, Lucy and Kathy. You both guessed my favorite. We've got a smiley face or polka dots. Oh my gosh, so many ideas. Our friends are super creative right now.
oh, that helps a lot. Okay, so we have a couple ideas I think I can do on different parts of our pot. So the first idea I heard was the rainbow flower. So I'm going to start with the yellow and do the center of the flower, yellow. And when you're painting on this pot, you might see some of the paint not stick all the way or a little bit of a thin area. For best results, we tell you in the instructions to actually put 2 layers on. So if you have any little thin areas of where you're painting, you can wait till it dries and then put another layer on it. So we've got the center of our flower here. And I think I'm just going to do the outlines of the petals in yellow too, to make them nice and bright. So I'm kind of using my paintbrush as a drawing tool right now, just to draw out my idea. And a lot of painters actually do this, and it's called an underpainting. So they paint just a rough idea, a rough sketch with a lighter color that then they can paint over. And that's why it's called an underpainting. So here we go. We have our petals all painted on. Let's see
That's
how many petals.
beautiful.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means I'd like to use 7 different colors to make it a rainbow flower. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll need 2 more colors. So in our instructions, we actually tell you how you can mix colors together to create a new color. So Michelle, looking at the colors I have here, do you have an idea of what 2 colors could be combined to create an all new color?
Ooh, I was thinking maybe we could do yellow and pink together.
Ah, that's what I was thinking too. So I'm gonna take another paper towel and just kind of fold it up on top of each other to create a little area that I can mix paint. And if you don't have extra paper towels, but you do have maybe a paper plate or something like that, you can use that as your easel to mix, or as your palette to mix paint together. So when we're mixing paint, you want to use the lighter color first, and then use the darker color to add into the lighter color. So I just put down a bunch of yellow, and now I'll rinse out my brush and grab some pink, another bit of it, and we'll mix that in. And magically, it creates this beautiful neon orange color. So now we have neon orange. I love it. And if you're at home following along and creating your own neon orange or your own orange, you can add more pink to it to create a darker orange. And if you didn't add that much pink, it'll be a lighter orange. So we'll use our orange and paint in one of our petals. Perfect. And since I still have a bunch of orange on my brush, I'm actually going to put some polka dots around it because I don't like to waste such a beautiful color. So I'll just put some polka dots. There we go. All right. And now we'll rinse out our brush. And we can use the other colors that are already given to us. So we'll go with a pink petal next. Beautiful.
That does look beautiful.
Yeah, these neon paints are so bright and eye-catching. I love them. Perfect for spring and summer. I'll do a yellow one next.
How long does it take to dry?
The paints?
Mm-hmm.
It takes usually a couple minutes. So after we paint, we can look back at the instructions and look at what our next steps are as the paint dries.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is really one of the most fun parts is painting. I could see taking quite some time painting, but I won't because we only have a set amount of time for our class and we still have a lot to get to. We'll do blue. And while you're painting, as you paint with most of our kits in our instructions, we tell you to wear a smock or old clothes just because sometimes the paintbrush might jump out of your hands and land on your clothing. And we don't want you to ruin your nice clothes. So we tell you to wear your play clothes or a smock or an old shirt or something to protect your clothes. Okay, so we've used all of these colors. That means we need to mix one more. So how about if we mix the blue and the green and see if we can make teal? I love teal. So some green. And the blue is the darker color, so we'll mix that in. And I think I might need more blue. Ooh, but I can see it changing already. Another scoop. Oh, there we go. So it's a mix between the blue and the green, makes this kind of beachy color, this teal color. There we go. And you can see the difference next to the green petal. So here's our teal and here's our green. Beautiful. Thank you for the suggestion of a rainbow flower. Cool. So I'm going to add a couple more polka dots here. And then maybe on the other side, I'll do one more design and then we'll let this dry. So what was another design our watchers had suggested, Michelle?
Let's see. We have colorful hearts,
Oh,
stars, the sky, a unicorn,
okay.
and lots
Well,
of
all of those
rainbows.
can kind of be found in the sky. So let's make a cloud to represent that we're looking at the sky. And when I make my clouds, I kind of picture very rounded clouds. So I do strokes that kind of look like U's or C's, like the letter U or the letter C. And I connect them all together like that. And I think this will be a happy cloud, so we'll put a happy face on him. Hello. Little smile. Hey. And we'll add a sunshine because it's a sunny day and seeds need sun to grow. So we'll put a little sunshine over here, kind of peeking out from behind the cloud. And its sun rays will be reaching across our pot. Reaching all the way down to help our little seed grow. There we go. And we'll add some hearts because we love our magic bean garden. And we love all of you watching us during our class today. And then we'll add some stars because this is magical after all. So stars are pretty magical in my opinion. Love it. These colors look so pretty together. All right. Does anyone have any questions before we move on? No?
No
Okay, great.
questions.
Good. We all
That
must be
means,
concentrating on our painting.
yes.
So here's our beautiful sky with hearts and stars. Here's our very colorful rainbow flower. And I can already tell that it's starting to dry. So we'll set it aside and we can close up our paints and wash out our paintbrush.
And you can do any pattern that you like. You have the entire pot that you can paint on the outside.
Right, and if you wanted, you could actually paint on the outside of your little dish too, if you wanted to put your name on it or something. So, and if you open up your paints, if you do get this kit and you open up your paints and you see that they've started to separate a little bit, all you have to do is mix them up a little bit with your paintbrush. So they'll be ready to use again. Okay, we'll put this aside as well. I think we're done with our painting. Let's see what's next. Set the pot aside to dry completely. Drying times may vary. So here we go. Plant and grow. For best results, plant only 1 or 2 beans at a time. Save the other beans to plant later. Okay, so out of the 3 beans, which 2 should we plant? Wish, lucky, or happy? What do you think?
Put your answer in the question box.
Wish, happy, or lucky. And we can
Wish
put
and
two.
happy. Happy.
Happy.
Oh, lots of happies. Lots
Okay,
of
we'll
wishes.
definitely do. Okay, I think we'll do wish and happy then. And we'll save
Yes,
lucky for another time.
for another lucky day.
Right. Okay. So then it says to place the flower pot on the plastic saucer and fill the pot with potting mix. Before we do that, we're going to let our pot dry a little bit longer. And maybe we'll go ahead and read one of our fun facts. The magic beans included in your garden are also known as sword beans. They can grow pods 12 to 18 inches long that look like dangling swords. So in our instructions, we show you what they look like as an illustration, but we also show you what they look like in real life. So, all right, so let's go ahead. I think we'll be okay. I just will be very careful as to where I touch my pot so I won't mess up our paint job. So place the flower pot on the plastic saucer. Done. Fill the pot with our potting mix. Okay, so I'm going to use a pair of scissors to open this up so it doesn't go all over the place. And maybe I'll just cut off a corner.
And Meredith, why are there holes in the cup again? What is that used for?
So the holes in the bottom of the cup are allow for drainage to happen. So you don't want your potting mix to stay too wet. So once you water your seeds, any extra water will go through the bottom of the pot and it can be caught in the dish. So when your seeds are thirsty again, they'll just automatically drink the water that's at the bottom of the saucer. Does that
Thank
help?
you. It
Yep.
does.
Okay.
We have lots of good questions.
Here we go. And I love this potting mix because it does have these beautiful little golden flecks in there. And those little golden flecks, from what I've learned, are to help keep moisture in the potting mix. So you don't have to water it as much as if those little golden flecks weren't in there. Okay, so fill the pot with, oh, I didn't fill it. We'll keep going. There we go. Okay. There we are. We're making a nice little bed for our seeds to make their home. All right, the next step is very important. It starts with make a wish as you plant your beans. So we have to come up with something that we're going to wish, and then you can plant your beans. So we have to come up with two things to wish for. And I don't think I'm going to share them out loud because wishes you sometimes should say in your head or else they won't come true. So I'm going to wish that one. And I'm going to make a wish on this one. Okay. And they're in. And I covered them up so you won't see them anymore unless I move my finger around and you can kind of see. So it's right in here is one. And right in here is the other one. So we'll cover them back up now. Okay. Place them in the potting mix until the mix just covers them. Make sure to leave at least an inch between the beans, which we did. An inch would be about this big, that much. So we're good. All right, step number 3. Water your beans until excess water drains from the bottom of the pot, like we were talking about. Keep the bean lightly covered with potting mix until it sprouts. So we have some time until it sprouts. We'll go ahead and do the first part, which I don't know if this is the best vessel to have chosen to add water to my pot. So I think I will put some paper towel down just in case I miss. Well, this is going rather well. Okay, so it said to pour water in until it comes out the bottom into the dish. I think I see some coming through there.
Can we switch the camera view so we can see? Maybe it forward facing. And then hold it up a little bit with the saucer.
Oh,
Oh,
let's see. Okay.
yes.
See it?
Okay, there it is.
Yep, can you see it dripping a little bit?
We
And I'll move
can.
the water around. You can kind of
Yes.
see. Yep, so that means that we watered it just the right amount. Okay, and as I poured the water in, you can see I kind of moved the potting mix around. So I'm going to cover our beans back up so they'll be nicely tucked into our potting mix. There we go. Great, that worked wonderfully.
So Meredith, I noticed that you have some really fun looking stones or gravel.
Yeah.
They're blue and purple. What is that and when do you get to use that?
So I will move this one aside and introduce to you 2 seeds that I had started a couple days ago. And I'm going to show you what they look like once they start to grow. You can see the little bit of the seed is still down here, but some green vine is starting to come out through the soil. And same with this one here. It's a very thick looking vine, which is our bean vine. So our bean stem. So at this point in the instructions, it tells you that you can use the purple and the blue stones to decorate the top of your garden to make it look more magical. So once this one kind of hangs out, once these 2 beans hang out in here, these little seeds hang out for 3 to 10 days, it says, in a nice sunny window, they should look like this. And after they look like this, now it's time to introduce our very colorful little decorative stones. So this is purple, and you can kind of just pour them in any design that you want. So I'm going to pour purple around the edge. And you don't really want to cover up your little bean seeds too much with these, although they still will get some sunlight. It's not too bad if you do cover them. But for your design, you might want to try to keep away from them a little bit.
Meredith, how often did you water this?
I only watered it when I noticed that there wasn't any water in the dish, and when I touched the potting mix and it felt a little bit dry. So then I would add some water. So it might be different for everybody because If you plant this in your house and your house is rather dry, then your potting mix might get drier quicker. So if you live in a more humid area, it might not get dry too quickly. So you just have to use your finger and kind of touch to see if it's damp or if it's dry. And if it's dry, add some water. And here's our blue. Very pretty. Oh, look at how pretty. This is great. Oh, I think I'll put a little bit more purple right in the center. So you can see we give you more than enough for doing whatever design you want of the blue and the purple. There you go. What do you think?
Very cool. I love it.
So what will happen, and I did this just to show you guys. So after a couple days of your seeds being in this nice moist potting soil, your bean will start to get bigger. So I kept this bean in a little plastic bag and I added a wet paper towel in there just to show you the process or the progress it makes as it starts to grow. So this is how it
Wow.
started. It looked like this one. And after a couple days, it's grown all the way to this size. And you can even see it still has the little clover imprinted on it, just like here. Let's flip it over. Does it say wish or, oh, it says lucky. So here, just like there, it says lucky. Now, if I flip it over a little bit more, this here, you can kind of see there's a little bit of green coming out, and that's what's going to pop up, and your seed will turn into a little seedling. So that's what we have going on here are the little seedlings. Now, once it pops up all the way, you'll see leaves come out of the side. And you'll see your seed pod, just like in our little instructions here. It will still have the little smiley face or the little shooting star. So that's what makes these so magical, is that you're actually growing something that will still have a word or a symbol on it. Whereas a lot of other seeds that you find in the store or in nature don't have anything like that. So once you plant your seeds and you make your wish, you'll have to see if your wish comes true. All right, so routine care. So place in a sunny window that receives at least half a day of sunlight. And the ideal temperature for growing is between 60 degrees Fahrenheit to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So cold conditions may delay the sprouting time. So the warmer, the better for our little seeds. You want to keep them nice and warm, nice and wet. All right, so the bean sprout may have a brown shell or skin, just like this. Do not attempt to remove it. It will naturally fall off, revealing the message engraved on the bean. It should appear in about 3 to 10 days, revealing the secret message engraved on the bean. After growth appears, water only when the surface is dry. Over time, your magic message may drop off, revealing new leaves. That means your little bean is maturing. So once your magic bean plants your magic bean plants can be replanted outdoors. So with proper care, they will grow even larger. So we have instructions on how to do that as well. So this is quite the exciting kit. I love watching things grow. And if anyone was here last class with me, I actually did this kit.
Oh, I
Our grow,
remember.
our grow and
Yeah.
glow terrarium. So is anyone here that watched me do this kit with you? Possibly for Earth Day? If so, raise your hand. Okay, I have. If we can change the view again.
And it looks like we do have some hands raised. Oh, that's
Excellent.
fabulous.
Yay! So last class, you saw me plant our little terrarium where we put in our potting mix and we layered in some pretty sand, like the little gravel that we have in this kit, and some more little stones, and we added some glow in the dark stickers, and we have a little figurine of a raccoon who's roasting a marshmallow
He's
over a fire.
hiding, but I
He's
see
hiding.
him.
So how we created this, we sprinkled chia seeds and some grass seeds in here. So as you can see, it grew all the way up and through the top of our terrarium. So I can tell you, our little growing kits are very fun to watch grow, and they will keep growing as long as you give them sunlight and water. So I hope you guys enjoyed this class as well. And both of these kits can be found at your Michaels store. So if you enjoyed watching and are very excited to do this on your own, please visit your Michaels store and pick up the Magic Bean Garden or the Grow and Glow Terrarium.
We have Gal who mentioned that she had to take off the top to accommodate the wheatgrass because it was growing so tall and still growing. That's
I believe
great.
it. Yeah, it's so funny to see the grass. It really, really likes to grow. So you can see all of the growth up top here for me. And that wasn't too long ago, so it does grow pretty quickly. There we go. So Michelle, do any of our viewers have any other questions? Or did you have anything else that you'd like to add about our Magic Bean Garden?
I think we're good. Oh, let's see. No other questions at this time from our participants. Friends, we do have another class next week through Michaels, and it's a rock painting class. So we hope you'll join Meredith on May 25th as she paints some Memorial Day rocks. And you can sign up at michaels.com.
Yay. I look forward to seeing you next time, and I hope you really enjoyed watching me paint our pots and plant our seeds, and I hope your wishes come true. Thank
Yes,
you,
and
guys.
Meredith, do you think maybe we can take some pictures as it grows and we can see what it looks like in 3 to 10 days?
Oh, of course, yes. And I'll post those up on our Facebook page
Okay,
and
great.
any other social media that you think we should.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you, everybody.
See you next time.
See you next time.